I heard a story, I think it was last week, and it's such a good story, I couldn't wait to share it with you today. And of all things, it's about French fries. So just bear with me because there is a great point to it. So a father picked up his son from football practice. Does anybody here have kids that play football? Yeah, that's what I thought. So we know how tired they are, how smelly they are, and more importantly, how hungry they are after those practices. So the dad went ahead and drove the son to a fast food restaurant, picked up his favorite meal, which was a hamburger and French fries. So he's passing those fries and the hamburger over to his son, and then he reaches his hand in to grab one of the fries, and the son grabs the bag and says, "No, Dad, these are mine." What? The father was like, probably would have acted like many of us, tons of things going through his head. First off, when did my son get so selfish? Especially with me, his dad. Secondly, doesn't he understand that I am the one that bought him those fries with my money? Matter of fact, I drove him here to the restaurant in my car with my gas money, right? Those are things we're thinking about. But, you know, in this story, it's so easy to look at the kid and say, what a selfish brat, right? But you know what? Sometimes we can be that way with our Father, our Heavenly Father. You know, our Father is the creator, the owner, and the provider of everything that we have. And sometimes we can be selfish. You know, He asks us to give Him 10%, right? That's the tithe. As Christians, we know that. And that's, in this story, that one French fry. He just asks us to give that one thing, a portion, to bring that back to Him because He says that it's His. But notice what I said there, bring back to Him, return to Him. Because guess what? We can't give something that isn't ours to begin with. It's all God's. It's kind of like if you think about it, you borrowed your neighbor's lawnmower and you mowed your grass and then you brought it back to him. You didn't give it to him because he already owned it. God owns everything, right? And it's important that we understand that and that we trust Him with those first fruits. Because God, you know, if you don't remember anything else about this story, remember this. The first 10% of our income, that is the hardest for us to bring back to God, right? That takes faith. Think about it. Anything left over or last, it takes zero faith. But the first fruits, that takes faith and trust. God never meant for our tithe to be transactional. He meant for it to be transformational, right? So rewind, let's go back to the story. So imagine what the father would have thought if the son responded in this way. Passes over the fries, father grabs a fry. The son stops and says, "Hey, Dad, take all you want. I wouldn't have these if it wasn't for you to begin with. I am so blessed with all the gifts you give me. And by the way, Dad, I love you, and I am proud to be your kid." Mic drop moment here, folks. I mean, don't we all want to hear our kids say those things? But most importantly, don't we think that the Heavenly Father wants to hear us say those things too? So if you came today and you haven't made that first step to tithe, I invite you, join me. It is such a blessing to put God first in my life and to give Him first fruits.